What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Oh man, the week's almost over. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we like to hear. All right, so we're gonna focus up tonight. Last night I got the eagerness to play more 2K25. We let that get in the way of our Plat Round 3. We're gonna try not to let that happen tonight. We're gonna play 2K25 after. But I feel like now that we got another couple rounds in, the thirst has been satiated enough to hold us over until we play it after this. So we've got Plat Round 4. Gotta wrap up that tournament, see if we can maybe move back up the leaderboard a little bit. And then some 2K25 demo. Got some things to test. Also just get back out on that back nine. Try and lower our score a little bit. Still playing on the higher difficulty, testing out Technician. We're starting to make some headway. We broke par on Master, like a -3. We're getting close to breaking par on Legend. So hopefully we can get close to managing that. It's all really about just being a bit more consistent, but that's the plan. What's going on, Doctor? Gonna lurk, playing Civ 7 with a friend. He has his complaints, you have mine, should be. You have your own, should be fun. Although I guess the real question there is, do you guys have the same complaint? Because if you have different complaints, then maybe that's gonna be an interesting time. What's going on, Joe? Vandy, welcome back. Sorry I can't get a demo from the 4th round of Plat. I know. I just gotta finish the tournament out, but I want to finish it on a high note. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna play Plat next week. I don't think we're gonna play Plat next week. I think next week we're gonna just work on the Impossible Challenge. And then like that lead up week to 2K25, maybe we'll dive back into 2K25. Your complaints are different? Nice. There'll be plenty of complaining to go around. Hey, good evening, Johnny. Welcome back. How are we today? You gotta play round 3 and 4. Yeah, that's how I was yesterday. It was like I made the cut. Actually, it was even more so that the demo was released and I had to play round 2, and I made the cut almost like begrudgingly. We were 10 under through 1. I shot 12 under in round 2, made the cut, and then I was like, well, now I have to play rounds 3 and 4. And I really want to play the demo. But it's all good. It's all good. I think playing it a little bit more yesterday, now I have a few hours into it. We're settled in a little bit. Now it's like, okay, we can play some 2K23. 2K25 is not eating at me quite as much. What's going on, Homelander? Usually play this game a lot. We usually play this game a lot too. But now 2K25 is coming out. We're gonna be playing that a lot. Yeah, we gotta finish this Impossible Challenge up before the end of the game. And I don't know how long it's gonna take. It could be short. We've had two legitimate attempts at beating it, and I've choked them both. We can keep it together. Beat that Impossible Challenge, go out on a high note. Yeah, the Looper's only one. You're talking in real life? I wish I could play IRL golf a lot. I try and get out, but I started playing back a couple years ago. I guess we're coming up on 4 years since I bought my clubs. But I have like 30 career rounds, so we're a nice 26 handicap. I'm starting to break 100. Hopefully we can get that quite a lot lower this year. Start getting, yeah, maybe mid to low 90s, maybe even break 90 if we're cool. You're excited for 2K25, JP? So far I am too. I know I've seen some people are scoring crazy well, but like I think until I think until we get harder, the full game and we have harder settings for courses and everything. Yeah, harder courses, harder conditions, and we see how things are when our characters are leveled up. I'm not too worried about that. Hey, what's going on, Bob? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Thank you for asking. 2K25, you can't turn off the power meter in the swing. So when putting, you can get the perfect speed every time. Yeah, they baked it into the shot feedback. So the way that you get rid of it is you actually get rid of the feedback. It's like shot feedback something. If you turn that off, it'll only pop up when you're doing shot shaping, and then it'll fade out. So if you want to get rid of that, I mean, you'll still have whatever vibration you turn on if you do that, but the shot feedback difficulty setting is what'll take that away. Yeah, what up, Spice? Map, how we doing? Can't wait to see the same 9 holes over and over again for the 3rd day. Yeah, you best be getting fired up for that, man. You best be getting fired up for that. Jim and Dana, welcome back. Yeah, 2K21 is the only 2K golf game on the Switch. They had it on Switch and Stadia, and then they dropped support. Going forward for Stadia and for Switch. I think it's Switch. They had to make some modifications to things. Yeah, well, they had to, because the Switch does not have nearly the like CPU and everything. They had to, I think they had to make adjustments to how some of the stuff ran, and so when they moved forward to 2K23, they just dropped support for it. And now when they moved to 2K25, they also dropped support for PS4 and Xbox One. So needs some decent hardware in order to run it, and the Switch just does not have it. Have weather variations? Start to rain or be windy. So you set that at the beginning of the round. So when you go in to set up your round, you can choose from low, medium, high, or very high winds. You can change the wind direction. You can see right now on the range, it's just whatever the random wind speed is that they've set. Sometimes you can be on the range here and it's in the 20s. Right now it's, yeah, like 1 to 3 miles an hour. As far as the rain, you can set it to be like overcast, sunny, like, noon, early morning, or rainy. Rain doesn't actually affect anything with the physics though in this game. It's just a visual. And a little bit fast right now. What's going on, Bubba? Too much cement in my hair? Yeah, I don't. Whenever I'm working with concrete, I try, I only get the forehead in. That way I can make a nice imprint. And yeah, you can change the golfer's clothing. You can have it set up that you have 5 different outfits, 1 for each round of a 4-round tournament. And then you have a 5th outfit that's like your casual outfit for if you're just playing like a local match or something that doesn't have a round count to it. Go on, Eloy. Looking forward to 2K25. Really enjoying the demo. I have not tried Sculptor Archetype yet. We started with Powerhouse, and then I've tried Technician for a little bit. Technician definitely felt a lot more forgiving. There we go. That's the tempo that we need. 2K21, a good golf game on the Switch. I mean, I think at the time that 2K21 came out, it's the best golf game that you could get. I think going back to it now, for me personally, having played 2K23 and 2K25, it's going to feel a bit dated and hard to get into. but it's still a very good game. I just don't know how it performs on the Switch, to be honest. Saw the video? I appreciate you watching it. Designing on the Switch was hilarious. I can imagine that was a bit cumbersome, yeah. Although, I mean, I guess it would be the same kind of across any console, but like even laggier. Interested to see how TGC Tours will be set up for the new game? Are you talking like difficulty settings, Joe? Yeah, that's gonna take some testing. Basically, you're just gonna have a ton of people that are, yeah, everybody's leveling up their characters, playing career mode and different things, and playing custom courses and playing with different kit settings, and like everybody kind of giving their opinion on what feels like it'll be hard enough. Plant a tree, wait 3 seconds to see if the game crashes, and if it doesn't crash, save and repeat. Yeah, that sounds more tedious than it's worth. Animation if the ball falls in the water. Yeah, the players will have different positive and negative reactions depending on what happens. I know with, oh right, I forgot. All right, I gotta back out because I meant to look at the conditions, but I accidentally went into Plat yesterday, so I can't look at the conditions for round 4. Looks like probably high winds and fast greens. I don't know about the green speeds or the green or fairway firmnesses. All right, that's fine. We'll play either Elite or Kinetic. I think Elite had low winds, so I don't know that I'm gonna want to do that. Oops, not true, Sid. Going to all the wrong societies. Going to all the wrong ones. But I believe 2K25, they updated some of the logic so that the reactions are more accurate from, I think, the player and the crowd and the commentator and stuff. Because before they would wait for the animation to play out to determine some of the things, whereas in 2K25, they calculate the end result immediately before the animation plays, which I'm surprised is not how it was before. Yeah, I mean, I think the Switch 2 should have some more power. I just don't know, with it being a handheld thing, I don't really know how the Steam Deck and, you know, the Logitech and all the different versions are, yeah, that are comparable to that. I would think that they have some decent power. You would hope that the Switch 2 starts to be something closer to that. That being said, you know, it's Nintendo, and so it will probably be a little bit less than you would hope for. I'm just curious to see what games there will be. I think Metroid Prime 4 will be a release game. I just don't know what else they're working on. Probably a new Mario Kart. Hey, take it easy, Homelander. Have a good one. Power comes to money, Raiders. Well, yeah, I mean, it definitely costs more to have more power in your system, and so they're obviously trying to balance price points as well when they're creating it. %100% correct. Oh man, that just dies. That just dies there. Yeah, it could have some more power, but I'm not. Even if it does have more power, I think it's gonna fall short of what modern stuff can do. Just always feels like Nintendo is just a little bit behind in regards to that, which makes it so hard for anybody to put third-party games on the Switch. Like I know companies do put third-party games on there. Like it's another market. You want to have your games playable by as many people as possible, but I don't know. There's just something about the Switch that their first party stuff is really good because it's optimized for it and they have good IP. Definitely nowhere near as ideal in my opinion. Anytime that they have the third party stuff on there. Yeah, I've just been a little bit struggling. On some of the full shot tempos. Something about it, I'm like way too aggressive on downswings, and not only that, but I've been coming up short, so I'm like swinging early. I think we need to also do some more testing with starting on different sides of the tee box. I think depending on how strong of a fade or draw we expect to hit, and just like where our miss tends to be. What a lie. Right up onto the fringe. It looks like it's in the fairway. Fortunately, it does not behave like it's in the fairway. Not too bad, but tempo's just a little off. Honestly, I think a little bit has to do with it's been getting a little bit warmer out. This has been like a historical thing with me. I have a naturally slower swing. But when it gets a little bit warmer out, not that it's warm out, like mind you, it is, oh, my watch is downstairs charging. Oh well. It's been like, the average temperature last month was 24 degrees or something like that, something ridiculous. So low. Well, it climbed above freezing. It's in the low 40s now, so the house is not getting cooled off as much. I have a fan going, but when you have a computer, a PS5, I've got two softbox lights going. Like, everything's putting off heat right where I am. So it's a little tough on me. I start to warm up, and then when you warm up, I find that I start to go a lot faster. It's almost like the thumb gets too loose. Yeah, you want to warm up for things, but now I'm getting too warm. Nice, doesn't break. I feel like that's got to be the type of thing that happens to other people, but they don't realize that that's what's happening. Or vice versa, you know, people that are very slow because it's colder than maybe they're used to. Something I became observant of a long, long time ago. I try my best to regulate the temperature in my room and everything. But there's only so much you can do. Thoughts on the EvoSwing? I mean, right now it's been tough. We're starting to get a little bit better with it. It seems like if you shot shape to minimize the angle of the swing, and then, yeah, then I can, and you start to get a few more points into your forgivenesses for swing playing, like swing path and contact, it starts to become a bit more manageable. But the misses are brutal. And mind you, I've been playing on Master or Legend. So the forgiveness is nearly none. Oh, we underhit it. Okay. What's going on, Evil Cypress? WWE PGA thumb belt yet? No, we don't have that. Well, the thing that's a little bit interesting with the EvoSwing is it's not exactly the same point at the downswing and the topswing, so it's not like a straight swing tilted. Because if your swing path attribute and your contact attribute, if one's more forgiving than the other, or like the swing bias adjustment, they're like semi-crooked. And so like for me, it feels like I'm pulling back and trying to swing straight on the follow through, but on the follow through, I'm still actually pushing up to the right. So it's definitely an interesting thing, like coming up with the swing feel. That last little adjustment wasn't needed. I did have the right line. And we're working. It's all that feel versus real. You gotta treat, I feel like you gotta treat any sort of virtual golf like real golf. You gotta bring the same kind of mentality. You wanna have the same kind of pre-shot routine. You wanna get yourself in the same everything. Consistency is absolutely key. Consistency is absolutely key. TGC will have the EvoSwing on, switch it off and have straight swing up and down. I think it'll have it on. I think it'll have it on. I can see potentially there being some sort of league. Yeah, I don't know if they run something like that's fully in the perfect swing. Whatever the 3-click is now, if anything, they replace 3-click with like a perfect swing or some sort of straight swinging league. But it very well could stay 3-click. It depends, I think, on how much interest there is in any one thing. As far as the main tour goes, I would be shocked if they did not use the EvoSwing. You pick fade, just aimed at the crowd to your right to hit straight. Yeah, I've seen people do that as well. I started as fade because I thought that that's what would be easier for me. But it ended up being actually that because I start out to the left, but I only start out marginally left and I finish more to the right. So it actually became easier for me to do a draw swing, pull in more to the left, finish out to the end. What's going on, Polling Points? Welcome back. How are we tonight? It's a nice strike. I'm trying to play like a de-lofted draw. It may be dumb. I probably could have just gone up a club and made it easier, but I wanted to see if we could do some shaping. I will say, with the new EvoSwing, at least as it stands, the shaping shots that we do these days are long gone. We play so much shot shaping, I feel like, compared to a lot of people. New swing mechanics, it's gonna be tough for me. Happy nobody will have -20 rounds? I mean, it depends, right? I think we're gonna have to see what the end state looks like. I think right now we don't know. You know, like when all's said and done and you have a fully leveled character, what are people able to do? I did not swing. I underswung that and slowed it. That was really, really bad. I mean, more than likely, we won't be having the 20 unders, at least not for a while on the harder difficulties. But yeah, you get the right course setup, and if any sort of setup becomes OP with clubs, because right now we're playing with minimal distance, like minimal fittings, minimal character upgrades, basic skills. These characters are going to end up being pretty good. The really good players will be able to piece some things together. Good evening, Not. Howdy do, sir. Howdy do. I gotta stop hitting these slows. Commit to your swing. Commit to your swing, Colby. I don't know what it is, but I am not committed to the downswing. Because when I do commit to the downside, I overswing it. I'm having a hard time like getting to the top and just having like a smooth swing right now. Feel very stabby or just not hitting it at all. Which we need to get sorted, because if we want to get that impossible challenge done, we have to be able to swing the club on this game. You cannot get through that with having bad tempo. And that's always been one thing that we've prided ourselves on. There we go. Like, that's the swing you want to have. I aimed that left because I really thought it was going to curl back to the right more. That is not at all the case. I feel like this is the fall line. Is the fall line. Come on. Give me some of those reads today. Give me some better tempos, and then give me some of those reads. Ones where we actually see straight. Like, I can live with baby slow on like drives. It's not as good on approach shots, but as long as we're not in the like mega slow ballpark, we're gonna have a decent time. Straight balled it. Dang. I will say, in the new game, at least with the current set of skills and everything, being short-sighted sucks. Like, don't be short-sighted. You can do that, though. Right, yeah, that's what we're gonna have to find out, Joe, is just how far. And maybe it gets to a point where, like, you don't want it to be just off. Maybe there's a certain combo that people find that personally suits them, right? Where you just stop leveling your swing plane and your contact at a certain point because, or whatever adjusts like swing bias. Because you just find a spot that you can get a consistent swing at, and so you like try and set all your characters up there. That being said, I still think it's kind of an interesting thing that you can like always, not always, but for most shots, set it back. The one that seems to be is the flop, right? Because the flop, you're opening the club face, so you're trying there. It's kind of always a right to left swing. So that's going to be something that I'll have to learn, is like how to get that. And maybe you end up taking a bunch of practice swings until you get comfortable with it. You know, you start treating it a little bit more like real golf. You don't just walk up and take every shot. You might have to take some practice swings until you feel like you can pull off shots that you don't normally hit. You know, you always, in real life, you take practice swings. Yeah, unfortunately, playing virtual golf, yeah, that always takes a little bit longer to complete rounds once you start taking practice swings, but you know, if the game's in a spot where it's a little bit harder and you have to take some practice swings here and there to make it work and the shots matter, like, I guess it's maybe not the worst thing. Maybe not the worst thing. You like playing a big draw? Those days are over. Yeah, the shot shaping as we know it is done unless you turn off the EvoSwing, right? You just have, or you don't turn off the EvoSwing, because EvoSwing is the overall mechanic, but you turn off the shot bias stuff. You know, those sorts of things are over. Get in there. Couple of hole outs here coming in. Things you like to see. I think this 7-iron is actually going to be pretty nice. Can go back to back. We can go back to back. We can. Get in there. What a run of holes. What a run of holes. Holy cow. 2 aces in the past 3 days. 1 on Elite, 1 on Kinetic. Can we just... Can we just take a little look at this stretch after the bogey? We are 8 under in the past 5 holes. We're 8 under in the past 5 holes. 7 under in the past 4. What's going on, Russell? Bet the fade and draw will be implemented into TGC Tours. Maybe an option for straight shot again. I think... Yeah, I think it's either going to stay the way that it is, right? Where you have 3-click tour as the other tour, and everything else uses the swing bias. The only way that I see straight swing coming back is if they do something to the 3-click tour. If they do something to the 3-click tour and they replace it with some sort of straight swing tour, I don't know what they do, right? Do you do it perfect swing? I feel like they wouldn't. I feel like that's too easy and people would get too bored. Will people make their own society with straight swing? I think so. I think that'll be a thing for sure. But at the same time, the tempo mechanic is not the same in this game. So I think if you make it straight swing, I don't think it's gonna have the same difficulty. So we'll see. I think people will adjust. I think it might be hard for some people with the base characters, but I think as you level up, it'll get more manageable for most everyone. But again, we'll see. You know, there's still plenty of time. It's very early on. No decisions are really going to be made at this point. I didn't swing. I did not swing. I want to try that shot again. That's the one thing that we're going to have to be really mindful of here. Like, I'm okay to underhit it. Like, okay, sure. Like, the underhit's a mistake. What is with all of these hole outs? Holy cow. I know that's a bogey, but that's another hole out. Even for a demo, I think, I've said it a couple of times, I think that them putting a demo out is them saying, we have a lot of confidence in our game. Maybe straight swing, but on legend difficulty? Maybe, but even then, I think that... I mean, right now, I don't know. I think Legend's a fair challenge. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more Legend in this game than we, you know, compared to... Or in 2K25 compared to 2K23. I really wouldn't. You know, I don't think Legend is good on this game. I think Legend so far seems to have a little bit more staying power, at least playing on the demo course, right? I don't think it's really fair to call it demo course. It's the course they used in the demo, but yeah, Scottsdale. No wind, it's flatter. All right. 8 under back 9 with 2 bogeys. I gotta see the number of hole outs here. That's what I gotta see. Event stats. 4 hole outs. Four of 8 long putts. Ace, 3 eagles. Yeah, nobody puts... I wasn't... I mean, I don't think there was any reason for anybody to expect any of it, right? Like, very much so a surprise across the board. Because, I mean, even that day, it was like, okay, the 2K Next Makers are out. Right? The 2K Next Makers are out at Scottsdale, right? They have like their kind of media event type stuff. And I'm like, okay, they're gonna get their hands on some sort of dev build of the game, but it's gonna be access to all of the different features, and they're gonna kind of report back some stuff, maybe have some videos and things. And then all of a sudden it's like demo. I was thinking maybe we would get like another dev diary like we did the first week. Like I was like, they're gonna be out there and then they'll drop a dev diary. No, full on demo. So they're laying it out there. They're saying, we believe in our game, go try it. It's going to be out while the game is out, so like at any time, not just before the release, but at any time you can pick up a copy of the demo, try it for free, and see if you want to buy the whole game. I've seen them, you know, obviously they have with Tiger and stuff, like there was the ad on TGL, but I was watching a little bit today. I maybe threw it on for 30 minutes or so, but I saw two 2K25 demo ads already. I'm sure it'll keep playing into the weekend, I would think. I mean, that's when you would want it, right? Some Saturday, especially Sunday, is going to be your biggest viewing numbers. So they're trying to push it. I'm hoping, you know, on the content side, like obviously I hope that works and that brings more people out who are interested and want to watch and want to learn and all that. Yeah, I wanted to throw it on while I was working, Russell, but I got busy with stuff, and then I was only able to throw it on for like 30 minutes around like 5:30, 6 o'clock or so. So I saw Scotty put it in the water just a little bit after he holed out for eagle. So I saw a little bit. Buy 2K21 on the Switch. I mean, I think if you really want to play a golf game and you don't have access to any of the newer versions, I would get it if it's on sale. I would not pay. I don't know what they're charging for that these days. 2K21 Switch. Like, if they're charging full price, I wouldn't. That's just me personally. Like, if they're still trying to charge you $60, if you can get it for cheap, $60, no. I enjoyed that game. I don't think I would ever pay full price for it, especially 4 years after it's been out. It's actually like, it's been like 4.5 years. Yeah. So if you can get some sort of deal on it, then maybe. If that's the newest thing you can get access to. But if you can get access to anything better, I wouldn't. I would get one of the newer ones, personally. I just think they're cleaner, they look nicer. All right. So we're gonna come back here and we're gonna play Plat in just a few minutes. If you are new and you're enjoying, follow the Twitch. Make sure to sub to the YouTube. Holy cow, the YouTube momentum is unreal. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. We have gone up over 100 subs in the past month. We have just in the past couple of days here shot straight past 900. So we are onward to 1,000, which is absolutely wild to me. I never really thought. I thought it was going to be like a really slow burn, just YouTube in general. So the fact that we've picked up some momentum is freaking awesome. And if you haven't, join the Discord. Best place to keep up with when we go live, any updates to the stream schedule, keep up with the community in general. If you want to get in contact with me outside of the stream, that's your place to do it. I put the link in the Twitch chat. It's in the video description below the video player. It's all over the place. You can find it. But we'll be back in like 3 minutes. We're gonna roll some ads here, kill the pre-rolls. Everybody's gonna take a break. Nobody's gonna miss a thing, and we'll reconvene then for some Plat, and then head on over into the 2K25 demo. So BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. All right, we are back. We are back. What's going on, Daniel? Canuck released designer videos. I did see that. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I need to. That's on my list of things to watch tomorrow while I'm working. Because I'm not a designer. I have never designed. I am not in touch with the design side of things. I'm on good terms with a few of the designers, but I don't really know too much from that side. So I want to watch that just to get an idea, just so I can talk about it with a little bit of confidence if anybody asks any questions about the designer. But the fact that it doesn't mention porting, did he mention though that it's explicitly not there? Because I feel like that's no mention is better than saying it's not available, but that doesn't look good for sure. Going on Dan's new account. He said in the comments that we can import old courses. Okay, well, there we go then. All right, we're hopping into Plat. I accidentally jumped into it yesterday. I think it's like high winds and fast greens. I don't know about the rest of the conditions. Found it on eBay for 15 bucks. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think 15 bucks. Definitely a lot more to consider. I would never pay $60 for a game that's that old. You asked him? All right, well, that's good to know. I kind of figured that it should be because it's still on the Unity engine and it feels very similar just with updated assets and physics and stuff. So I would have been a bit surprised. I know we're making the jump just to current gen. I feel like if they make any sort of engine update, that's where they're gonna get screwed. And so it feels like they're almost kind of fully locked into Unity unless there's some sort of tool that would allow them to port stuff from Unity to another engine. And I don't really see that happening. Okay, it's got some pop on the bounce there. That is a very nice approach shot to start. Put it to 5 feet. There we go. We'll take a bird to start. Would take some editing. I think so. I think every time that they port those courses, the biggest thing I believe it maybe is some asset stuff, just depending on maybe some of the design techniques that they use. I think the biggest thing ends up being making sure that the course plays with the green speeds, right? And so some greens might need modifying if the green speeds don't translate well for how the course was originally designed. Yeah, maybe if they change stuff with how like the rough plays, maybe they have to do some things differently. So I don't think you're going to get good ports typically without at least a little bit of touching up. Some courses people might port just straight over and have them in there, but I don't think they're gonna play as good as courses are gonna play down the line. Yeah, give it some time and we'll get things working a lot better. The under hit. Oh, but wow. What is that bounce? What is that bounce? Get it? You don't know what to do because it's 5 years old. So I guess the question is, what do you want to do out of it? Because the catalog of courses that were created for that game should still be at your disposal. The only thing that you're not gonna really have is anybody to play against in terms of like online stuff. So like if you want to play some career mode and play a bunch of courses that people have made by yourself, I think for 15 bucks, that's not bad. You know, if that's your only option to get a golf game, then if you can afford the 15 bucks, I don't think it's the worst thing you can do. But I would say if you have access to any of the newer ones, then that would be the way to go for me personally. All right. It didn't quite get left enough. I need this to bounce and roll. I know there's some hill. I keep doing this. I keep backing out of like a 4-iron lofted shot and try and stretch a 5 on the ground. And it just never seems to go well for me. It never quite seems to go well for me. Didn't break enough. Hang it high. That's a tough one though. 220-yard approach shot on a par 4. Yeah, I just think I'd rather be short and 2-putt than have the 4-iron and run into potentially sailing it out the back of the green and like trying to chip or short flop downhill. Objects are different, so they'll be placed oddly if a course is ported straight. Right. So you have, yeah, you have to make tweaks. I know some people they'll just port a course straight up, but the end result is just not going to be, it's not going to be what you would, you know, what you want exactly. I slam the stick forward. Sidewinder. Absolute bender. Absolute bender. It's gonna have some break, yeah. It's gonna have some break. Just a matter of the what. I think this feels good to me. Nice. Nice. All right. We scored as much as we did yesterday. That's not a fair statement. We took a bogey and a double bogey and we just started to not really care. Like our swing wasn't good, but mentally we were already playing 2K25. Nine iron going 10 yards. Here we go. Nice little fade. I hit it a little fast. Still fading. Should still kick right. I just took it a little deep. Yeah. 101 and fast. We're probably like another 3 or 4 yards longer than we want to be. Let's see here. 65%. 5 yards. So that's gonna be like 2 yards short and then lofted. I'm gonna go a little bit longer than this. Just dipped a little bit low. It's a pretty good read. I think the fact that you can move on the tee box in the new game will be nice. Because sometimes you have courses, even courses in the career mode like Riviera. I think Riviera has a few holes that it'll be nice to be able to move where we're teeing off from. Because I have certainly had a few times on Riviera where I've hit the tree off the tee box on that par 3 with the circle. I hit it fast. Long left, yeah. Get herky-jerky. Get herky-jerky every once in a while. I don't know why, but I just, from time to time, just seem to struggle on keeping that smooth rhythm. That feels under hit. Kind of is. Chipping seems hard in 2K25. You just can't get as much spin on it, right? So you're doing truer chips. Can't get a ton of spin on the chips. The only thing that's like a little bit funky is the animation. To me, just feels really long on some of the chips and putts. I say some on like chipping and putting. The swing just feels a little bit long, which is odd. It's like when I chip in real life. It's like you take this really long thing and then you almost are like scooping it. Like it's not good. I feel like you want to partial this. And like fly it. Not when you do that, like that's the thing I've been doing where I get like so. I've been doing it on the new game too a little bit in the demo of where like I take all the feel out of it and I just like I really focus on the vibration, and then if I'm not on, like mentally not clicking, I either do like a really jerky swing or I and just like don't even push up. I mean, I technically push up, but like with zero conviction. So in a weird way, no vibration could be better, but I feel like certain things would suffer. Like my distance control on putts and everything would be worse. But the rhythm of the putts, the rhythm of the full swing would be a lot better if I didn't have vibration. I would also probably not hammer as many past. I'd be a little bit more focused on some smoothness. All right, 102 with the full backspin should get a nice little draw to cover this bunker. Perfect. We took it on and we had plenty of room to spare. Because now we get 360 yards there. That means we've got a chance. Alright, I'm putting a little bit of shape on it. Basically with the hopes that it holds it up against this wind. And puts it right onto that little upslope. Kill it. Yeah, use the false front. Use the false front. Do it. Do it now. Alright. We went on a little bit of a par train. Nice start, par train. We'll take an eagle on 9. Take an eagle on 9. Slowed it. That might be too far right. I think it is. Like we put the loft on to sit it, but yeah, that's too firm. All right. On the bright side, this is actually not a front pin, so we can get it on the ground and roll it. Kind of have to go all the way up to the 7-iron here. Yeah, it got a little bit far. There's not much I can do. I really didn't want to be messing with like landing it short of the green and dealing with all the slopage that's up there. I think it just made a lot more sense to kind of get it on and just see what we could do. Alright, I'm going to read it because I don't want to miss the 6-footer. There we go. There we go. Nearly had it. Nearly had it, but we missed our opportunity basically off the tee. I think you still go for this and leave yourself the downhill putt. The only thing I don't know is maybe you try and go straight at it and get in the bunker near side. It's like it's 155s. Got maybe a little too aggressive with that. Big bounce. Ah. Alright, we'll take the bunker shot from here. I basically got myself caught up between ideas. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of roll. Just a little bit. I don't really know what the lie's gonna do, so. Kick left. If I gave that a little more release, it might have a chance to roll down to the hole. I'm surprised that it checked so fast, because I did give it a little bit. Little bit more. So you got 12 in the face, downhill 172. 12's gonna play. Because it's downhill, it's gonna play closer to the 15, maybe a little bit more. So I think if you just play like a baby cut here and let it ride to that back corner. Not when you slow it like that, you dingo. What am I doing? Back to back. What is happening? Two just terrible swings where I just don't actually swing. There, now out of the heavy rough, we'll watch the chip roll away. It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Just painful is all. Just painful is all. Oh, I over-adjusted it. Alright. Well, double water triple. It happens, Garrett. It does. It does. Round was going alright. But whatever it is, mental lapse there. Can't find a tempo. Put it in the water twice. And then the brain compensates with the fast. All right, let's settle it in. Let's get a nice approach here, bounce back. Let's get a nice approach here and bounce back. You've got 10 at the back. It's not gonna play fully the 10. You're not gonna make it. Not gonna make it on this. That's gonna be about 7 yards long though. That felt a lot better. I mean, it's not a perfect, but it'll do. A tough hole location for sure. Protected by that bunker, you kind of have to fly it and put yourself into this downhill. I don't see, it comes back at the end. I think overall it's like just barely right to left. Gets out, but I feel like it comes back at the end. Too much pace. Too much pace to get the bend back. Over adjusted, I think, on the downhill portion of it. I gave it extra brake because it was downhill but didn't have the pace to match the line I was giving. I've been enjoying it so far, Garrett. Very tough. Very tough for me. You know, some people have adapted well. We're getting better. Very different, very tough. We've been playing a lot on Master and Legend difficulties. So, definitely pushing it. Oh, did I overshape it? I guess 101 fast is going to give us some of that extra distance too. Okay. Is this redemption time? Another 5-inch downhill putt? Gotta remember, we're going to have more pace, I think, than we think. This one I actually think is fractionally on the right to left. There we go. There we go. Make the read. Honestly, I would have been way better to hit a fast on that one that we put in the water twice. That's the stupid part of it. I know that's what my brain is like being anti-against for whatever reason. I think just because that's been our big miss, but to like mega slow it twice is so bad. Weather time of day options, Tim. So we don't have the option in the demo to modify any of that stuff. As far as this game is concerned, they have time of day options, and whether one of the time of day weather options is, I guess it is time of day and weather, because it's like noon and clear. They do have rain. The only thing is rain doesn't affect anything physics-wise. It's just a visual thing. So I'm as curious as the next guy if weather will actually mean something in the new game. If I had to guess, I'm just gonna go kind of historically no. But maybe they'll surprise us. They haven't let that secret out yet if it is there. And I haven't heard anything like with the people that have gone out and played from the full version. I feel like that's a piece of info that would have been shared, so I'm going to go ahead and double down on my guess that rain will be there, but it will not do anything more than make it rainy on your screen. Break. Stay straight. Go. That played around with the lip. That played around with the lip. Course rotation is big. Maybe mix in some created courses too. So I think Tim, that some of the created courses are becoming official 2K courses. I think the hard thing with rotating in created courses, I think behind the scenes there's got to be a bunch of like legal rigmarole that they have to go through, because you got to make sure that the courses that you put in are not violating, they're not representations of real courses and things that would expose them legally. I know that when they come across some of that stuff, especially with big name things like Augusta, user created versions, those will get taken down. So likely they will need some sort of way that they have to like go through those courses and approve them for the rotation. But I know they're bringing some of them into like official, so there should be more variety just inherently. It's just a matter of will we actually see them in the in the queue, because I know sometimes you're playing Top of the Rock like 3 times in a row, or the 11s Club. Like there are definitely courses that you start to see over and over and over again. Not bad. Not bad. Really tough par 3, because you really had to take driver to give it a chance there. Back 9 or front 9 for a match on ranked? Yeah, I would think they'll stick with the same 9-hole format. Committing to 18. Committing to 18 is a lot. Because, like, it takes me... Yeah, I'm a slower player. It might take me 30 to 50 minutes, depending on, like, the competitive setting, for me to get through 18 on my own. You make it match play and it can be a very long time, so I think 9 is going to be the sweet spot for that. Now we'll get a little bit of course variety because of the online ranked tour, which I guess will probably kind of follow like the career mode for the most part. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the ranked tour is following real life golf schedule as they bring some of that stuff out. I slowed it. I don't know where this is coming from lately, where I just decide I don't know how to swing a golf club anymore. Turn order for ranked? I think you have to have turn order for ranked, right? It's match play. I don't think it would make much sense to not have turn order on. Oh, that would have been so nice. Just hit it a little firmer, Colby, and you can still make the birdie from down there. Add all to the rotation. Yeah, I have not played too much ranked, mostly just because I haven't enjoyed, like, I don't enjoy playing on pro on this, so I don't have too much experience, but from the little I have, it feels like not all of the courses are in the rotation. And I think the 29 courses are just the official ones. I think, or like the real life course ones. Like, I think there will be official courses that are I think there will be official courses that are not real life ones that'll be in that mix as well. I did the opposite. So there's the I didn't swing, and then my brain goes, all right, well, swing, you idiot. And just, I don't know what's going on. Mentally, I can't seem to stay in any sort of a groove. All right. Well, we'll come back. Yeah, 5 under, but we had a triple bogey in there, and we had some really bad tempos. So, terrible weekend. It is what it is. We're gonna play some 2K25. We'll come back to 2K23 on Monday. Maybe some time over the weekend will do us good. But we made the cut. That was the big thing. Now we're gonna go back over and play some 2K25 demo. So there'll be stroke match play, and then they have like what they're calling the 2K ranked tours. And so with the ranked tours, I believe that's where you're gonna find the stroke play, and that's gonna be like daily, weekly tournaments. And so I think because they're tours, you get rankings as you compete in those and finish, and then I think on certain ones you can qualify into like the major tournaments. And once you qualify into those major tournaments, then you can play in those. Otherwise, you got to play in the alternate tournament. All right, let me change over the titles. PGA Tour 2K25. This music definitely feels a lot. I've said it, I think the first day, it's a lot more broadcasty. Apparently I didn't change. Apparently that didn't save. I tried to change the games to 2K23. I've been streaming 2K23 on YouTube under 2K25. My bad. My bad. All right, let's do it. Sound of the putter. 25 sounds like they're made of plastic or something. I want to see if you take a putt and you have it on like perfect swing, does it sound different? Because I think it has to do with if you make bad inputs, it's gonna sound like you hit it not on the not pure strike. And I don't know if your power also matters. Like, I don't know if you have to hit perfect on everything for it to sound super crisp. Let's see what we can do in training, because maybe we can test that out there. Yeah, let's go putting practice. And I'm just gonna turn the difficulty setting to perfect swing, and we'll see if it sounds a little nicer. Wow, what practice. So let's just shank a putt. I'm gonna turn the music off so we can hear it a little bit better. Kind of a sound. So let's, if we, oh, you can, nice. Nice, you can turn wind off. You can't adjust the wind exactly, but you can turn wind on and off in the training mode. That's a nice little upgrade. I like that. I like that. So if we go perfect swing. Yeah, it does sound a little... a little not great. So that was 3 out of the, but you can hear the difference there, right? That was 3 out of the 4 missed. The other thing that I should change in the settings here, we put it on to perfect swing. Let's remove the rhythm. But we only have to hit the percentage. Oh no, you still have to hit the... I thought perfect swing... I'm confused. I thought perfect swing gave us... I thought if you put it on perfect swing that it would... would always give you a straight... Is it because we're not in the default that the perfect swing? I'm confused. I thought you always had perfects on perfect swing. I thought you always had perfects on perfect swing. Am I missing something, guys? But yeah, like if you're off the mark by like a few percent, then it really hurts you. Let me just try and set it to perfect swing and see if that changes anything. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how. I guess I'm misunderstanding how the mechanic works. Is that perfect swing just on full swings? Because I really thought that... Can we try a different training facility and see what's over there? Let's just go driving range. It looks like we've got different... Okay, so there's our swing bias, but we swing straight up and straight down. Yeah, I really thought that perfect swing meant that you just had a perfect swing every time. But this feels like I just have the swing preference off. Because, like, what's the difference if I turn it to legend? Doesn't really seem like anything. Do you have to restart the game for it to go back to perfect swing? Because I remember it being, like, dead straight. Okay, let's back it all the way out, restart the game on perfect swing and see. Because I could have sworn there's no way that, like, we took our first swing and just striped it. Or I've seen other people, like, stripe it on the first swing and then... Because the whole point was that it doesn't matter, or is it... Or does it give you whatever the output is, but the swing that actually happens? Maybe that's it. Maybe your shot doesn't have the dispersion, or it has very minimal dispersion. Like, no matter what you input. Let's see how this works. I gotta turn the music back on. That's very peculiar to me. I'm gonna get annoyed by this pop-up at the beginning. At least when it doesn't have new information. Honestly, I forget, like, that they have the training stuff in because we just always go in and play around. Okay, so I set it to perfect swing. Okay, so maybe I was misunderstanding. So let's do, like, a really bad swing. Yeah, it just doesn't matter what your input is. So it gives you a perfect. I thought that your input would just always say perfect. But that's not the case. Your input does not always say perfect. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Put it back to the legend swing that we were doing. I want the transition. Put that to classic because I still want to be able to learn. I want the scout camera, light grid. We'll leave the shot setup feedback on for now. Okay, so there's something that I want to test. People were basically showing that there's a glitch where you can always get perfect. And you can see that as it passes through. I want to see if you can do the same sort of, like, backswing glitch. Because there was something where I was able to draw, like, a circle. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. Oh, you know what it was? I think you, like, took some, like, partialed. Okay, so there's the glitch circle swing. It does not behave on the through swing the way that it does on the backswing. The backswing is just like, as long as you center yourself, at some point, it counts as a perfect, which I don't think is a fair thing. This was the thing, Lucas, that was people were talking about in the Plat Discord today. They found an exploit it's always perfect swing path just by running over it. I can't seem to draw the straight line back to get the perfect, but yeah, people were like, they were just, oh, well, I'll just draw it to an angle. Yeah, and they were talking about how, like, that's what you exploit. It's like, okay, well, that's clearly a bug. Like, very much so. I don't think it should be that as long as you cross the swing path, go around a circle. Is basically so long as the line draws over your shot shape, you're good. Like it doesn't matter. You know, I could technically go right to, you know, right to left if I wanted to. I don't have the dexterity, it seems, to draw it in. But, like, that's obviously not what's intended. It's obviously way easier for me to center than to go out and try and come back around. But yeah, people were doing that. Which, like, I mean, if that floats your boat, but I feel like that's an oversight on the dev's part. And should be fixed. So, I was just trying to test, because I remember I could do, like, circle drawing stuff, right? Where you, like, pull it back, and then you can kind of get it to... Sometimes you could get it where it would, like, stay in the backswing animation, and then you could get, like, these circles being drawn around, right? And then once you could do that, I was wondering if the same mechanic applied on contact, right? So, like, if you looped your swing path in, but then you, like, could loop somehow over the contact point. But I think the contact point, it just calculates where the contact finishes, even if you go past it on that end of the swing. I just don't think the swing path should be this way. Because can you imagine if it's just like, oh, I really want to draw it, and now we can do that, like, super easy. So long as you finish closed side, you're gonna be close to it, right? And, like, I want to set my character up to fade. They don't really fade. Well, that one's maybe a little bit harder because I personally struggle. That's like, I have to, it's like push out and finish more right. I pull that left. So I struggled mentally to go the other direction. Draw is my natural. Yeah, like that would be your fade. I mean, obviously you run the risk of over fading it if you're off the mark. But just kind of a funny thing to think, like, oh, I have an angled swing. And as long as you're able to get it to the closed side within reason, you've just taken out half of your thing. Otherwise, you set up for that nice big draw. Even 50 yards left. Are you actually going to stick with that, Lucas? I feel like at a certain point, you've got to have a better way to get accuracy. But I mean, I guess if you learn it, that's the thing, right? If you learn it, any of that stuff is possible. So, I mean, all the power to you. It's one thing to have something that's like a little bit exploited or you're taking advantage of. It's another thing entirely to have to do all the extra math of like, these shots go X yards shorter because I do this, this, and this. But you know, everybody's gonna play it their way. Are there any new locker codes? I wouldn't think so, right? I don't think they're gonna give us a new one every day. Didn't work consistently. Still haven't broken par on Master. Tough sledding for you. We just broke par on Master yesterday. We shot a -3, which is nowhere near as crazy as what some people have been doing. Yeah, but we're trying, we're learning. I'm going back to Legend. I'm gonna try and get to par there. That's my current impossible challenge, because I do not have the level of accuracy that seems to be going around. But I've also only watched people, it seems like, that have kind of mastered it. But the general vibe I've been getting from like YouTube comments and stuff is, yeah, it is hard. But I think we'll all get better, and our characters are so low level. I think with as hard as it is, even if once things start getting upgraded, it should be a little bit more manageable. All right, so we're gonna hop in, start playing some rounds, trying to break par. Hey, what's going on, Rob? But yeah, we're gonna roll ads here. Make sure that nobody gets pre-rolls. So everybody sit tight, maybe get up, stretch your legs, grab some water. We'll reconvene here in a couple of minutes. Again, I just want to reiterate, the YouTube has been, the momentum is crazy. You guys are absolutely blowing me away. So thank you so much. We've flown past 900 subs today. We are on our way to 1,000. Big shout outs to you guys. If you've not already, sub to the YouTube, follow the Twitch, and join the Discord if you want to keep up with when the stream goes live, any stream announcements. That's going to be the best place to do that. Thank you, Rob. But yeah, super cool. It's nice to see the reception that we're getting. You know, feels good, man. I see the comments, I read them. Makes my day all day. Today has been a very good day. So we'll be back in a few. I'm done rambling. We'll play some TPC Scottsdale like everybody else. Just a few minutes. BRB. It's raining. Ads. What's right? Words are hard. Welcome back, Chris. How's it going? Couldn't go to a better guy and golfer. I appreciate that. It could debatably better guy. There's definitely other people could go to. Better golfers? There's a lot of those. There are a lot of better golfers. I suck. Virtually, I'm okay. IRL, not good. Not good. Ah man. I'm itching to get back out. All right. I think we're fine to take the driver here. Let's take the practice swing. Make sure we've got our feel. It's a little bit open. Got to be a little bit more left. That's so close. That's so close. You know what? Should we try out some different cameras? I've heard we should check out the broadcast camera. Let's see here. We've been doing follow cam, dynamic. Let's go broadcast for both. I guess dynamic means that sometimes it goes into broadcast. Yeah, let's go full broadcast mode. Viewing putt. Yeah, we want to take our head out of the way. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's put this thing. Can we put this thing on the green and like actually close? What does the pitching wedge draw look like? That's what I want to know. Or not draw, the pitching wedge like roll out. All right. Not ideal. Not ideal. Oh, but look at that, it's still... We weren't on enough of an upslope. Was it? It's 134 green speeds. Almost 12 feet. It's just it zooms in so much. Like, I don't know if this helps me. I really don't. Because you can't, like, I feel like when I get that close, I can barely see the grid lines. Try this. This might be too strong, but I'm trying to, I want to try something. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out something for putting. We're getting so much better with this character, at least. I want to go back to playing the powerhouse then and see, are we getting better, or is there just enough forgiveness on the technician? Let's see, this is the 6-iron. This is the 6-iron. I mean, I think you just play it a little bit to the left. It'll be interesting to learn, like, how much does that affect How much does the open shot and all of those things affect it? I'm not too certain. I'm still so firm. I don't know about you guys. I don't mind the transition being there. The putting, I am just struggling right now to not jam the stick forward, basically. Oh, look at that. Look at that, that's money. We almost had the legend ace. We almost had the legend ace. It would have been so sweet. Because, like, we partialed it, too. Oh, that would have been beautiful. That would have been absolutely beautiful. Yeah, see, this just seems like a little bit of a cheat. I want to know, does that affect distance at all? Doesn't seem like it does. Decent virtual golfer. Okay. It does affect it, but like very, very marginally, it seems. At least going from like the default to the normal shot is like minimal. I'm always gonna struggle with this shot because first off, I don't think I can even hit a fade. Fade is what's required here. So this is where you would almost be trying to play. Let's try it. Let's try and play the fade. Now see, I actually got the swing path perfect, but I didn't get straight. Yeah, that's so tough. I mean, I think I should just play to get on the green. Yeah, I think in a general sense, that's how we should approach life. I'm gonna putt this. I'm gonna putt this. Yeah, man, I struggle so much with the rhythm. I think I have to start taking the stick back faster. Oh, I pulled it. Oh no, I didn't get far enough left on my backswing. Complete block. Alright, back out to the fairway. Oh, we pulled it again. No. Get down. Okay, we're gonna try and we're gonna play the pitch, right? It's gonna lose a little bit of distance. It's not a ton, it's a little bit up the hill. Hit it, and then roll it out. I don't know if this is where, like, I should start playing a 60 or like a 56-degree wedge instead. Hey, what's going on, BJ? Thoughts so far? I'm enjoying it. We're starting to get better. Yeah, I still suck most of the time. The misses are very penalizing. Block the shot, so if, as a right-handed golfer, if you hit like a perfect, basically if you're not like slicing the ball but you push it out to the right, like that's a blocked shot. You came from the inside, you squared the, like the face is square to the path and you just blocked it out to the right. So it's like a push or a block, and then you have like a pull. Yeah, it's more so when there was less of like any sort of club face issue. You just didn't have your path correct. Oh, that was an interesting bounce. That was an interesting bounce. That freaking... Man, my tempo is so bad on putting. The vibration just ruins me. Because I don't have a smooth putting stroke in the current game. That's one thing. That's one thing I do not have. Is that gonna cover the bunker? Or are we gonna end up in it again? Okay. I have not had good shots here. I have not had good shots yet. I shouldn't have to swing as much as we do for chips. I should not have this. I don't. Chipping right now. Full chips feel fine. It's the short chips that I do not like the way that they feel. I do too, Jet Ski. I hope they patch that, and I hope that the putts get a little bit. I hope that the putts get a little bit better too. Everything just has like, both of them have like too long of an animation for what the actual swing is. That open contact really messing things up for us. Dude, I'm gonna do that so much with this. I wish I could have the vibration off for just the putting. Cause it's just like all of a sudden it's 7% power. Holy. Oh boy. What's the issue with PC, BJ? I want to test it on PC over the weekend just to see. Or maybe tonight after stream, depending on what I've got going on. I also have to get content stuff done. I gotta go through this week's VODs and make sure that everything is good to go. Just a little bit. I mean, that's the safer miss, though. Definitely the safer miss. Chips feel lifelike. I just think the swing doesn't quite match up, Rob. I think the rest of the chip, it makes sense. I just think it's the animations. Oh, I kept it high side. So like I feel like the putter has too long of a stroke. I feel like some of the chips, you take a really long stroke for how far you're actually hitting it and the amount that they roll relative to that. Controller quits registering, won't even let you reassign it. Very random, sometimes it happens in the menu, sometimes after 20 holes. I always remember having issues with reassigning the controller back in like 2K21. I feel like in 2K23 it was fine. I feel like 2K21 sometimes you would like have to restart the game to like load it in. I wonder if things matter too, whether you like load it in normally or if you load in like big picture mode. Anything like that. All right, let's actually switch the character back. We've done +2 twice with this character. Let's try going back to Powerhouse. Actually, can you manage my players from the main? I wonder if you delete a my player if they refund you anything. Probably not. That would be nice. Okay, you can manage my players from the main menu. That's very nice. Hey Max, how's it going? All right, Powerhouse time. Let's see just how forgiving the Technician is versus the Powerhouse. I've been liking it. It's definitely different. Is definitely not very forgiving. Yeah. I think Technician is just... I think it's just the way. At least until you level up Powerhouse. I think at least until you level this guy up. Because, like, we're hitting... Oh, there we go. There's a good shot. That sailed. And we got, like, the max roll out of that. We didn't get a low... Did not get a low roll on the rough. What's going on, Yogi? Watch NFL football? I am an Eagles fan. So, most years that's pretty painful. Hopefully this year it ends not so painful. Decent putt. Wow. Did not read that right at all. But we're gonna recover. We're gonna recover for the par. Yeah, we're on legendary still, jet ski. Tried both. You've tried making sure every program possible is off. Tried different PlayStation controllers, different Xbox controllers, all the same. 2K support has been great. That's awesome to hear, because that sort of behind the scenes stuff is big. All right, let's. How do you move the? It's R2, right? Because we're drawing it. Right, that's our draws our natural shot shape. So I'm gonna set up on the left-hand side. We ended up just baby fading it. But I think that's gonna actually be like a meaningful thing to do. Also, it's just crazy what the difference is now. How far in? Oh, what a shot. What a shot. How about that? You're from Kansas, so you hope the Chiefs win, Max? Oh, man. Haven't you guys had enough? Can you share it? Nah, I mean, the Eagles had a chance to beat you guys. You guys just find ways to win. I think we've got a better team this year than we did when we could have won last time, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily. Still got to show up and show out, right? I actually think I want to tee off more from the right-hand side, even though we're drawing it, because it gives a little bit more of an angle here. Just drew it. Oh, and we pulled it. That's gonna be sandy. Sharing is caring. It should be a good game. Obviously, I'm hoping my team ends up on top, but it's gonna be tough sledding for either team to win it. Are we good? Are we good? Doesn't emails with support trying different Steam settings? Sent them files. They've sent you some files to try. Well, I think a big part of it too is they're confident in their game and they want a smooth launch. And so, oh, blocked it. Oh man. Of course we've been hitting it. Of course we've been hitting it left and then we just miss on the right hand side for that. What's going on, CK? Hope they have new club selection. Yeah, right now all we really know is what they have for the like 2K clubs, right? You can't miss in the same direction. That open push or the closed pull. That's so tough to recover from. Okay. I suck at the flops, so how's this gonna go? I pulled it. It's such a tiny window. It's such a tiny window, and I was too closed. Max, thank you for the follow. Yeah, what up, Nari? How we doing? How we doing? Hope all's well with you. But yeah, all we really know are the 2K clubs, right? So we will have to see what they have for us. We'll have to see what they have for us when it comes to the other brands, you know, as we go along. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Quality of life stuff 2K's done in this game. Drop, smooth the tee, etc. Swing stuff TBD. Once you get leveled up, you can judge better. Yeah, and I think it's once you get leveled up, but also once we have our hands on just some more courses and things, right? Like, I think that's one thing Because it's like, sure, the swing might be fairly easy, but it's still a pretty pinpoint thing that we have to hit over and over and over again. You make a mistake, you lose the ball. Like, make no mistake. Make absolutely no mistake. If you mess up a swing, especially once there's like wind and stuff in play, like you could send it so far. I'm actually gonna try and utilize this more. Like, I'm playing a draw character, so I should play more in a way where I overdrew it. I need to set up and just play for my normal swing. But like, whoops. Play from the side. Play for my normal swing and just, I tend to miss. Obviously sometimes you can block it, but I think you just have to play for where you tend to be. I think if I start to overdo it, I'm gonna overcook shots like that, which is obviously not what we want. This the round or 2K25? This is 2K25. We played the round. We did okay. We had a triple bogey though, because I had 2 crap shots in a row and put it in the water, so that was not the best. But it happens. Look at that. Look at that. Perfects. I also, one thing that I kind of appreciate is I can't just shop shape my way in between clubs. Like, there is actually kind of some room for having to partial things, which is something that has never been a part of my game. I did have that out to the right. Wow, okay. Open face. Double bogey because we put it in the water. Is the game worth $123? I mean, that's obviously very subjective, right? For myself, yes. For everybody, no. So, like, obviously, I'm making content out of it, so, you know, I'm going to get a lot of playtime. I'm going to get a lot of value out of it. I don't think everybody is necessarily going to have that be the case. If you are invested in it and you are already going to buy a season pass and you want to get the game early, like, there is actual monetary value. Because the season passes are $10. You get 5 season passes for the extra 20, I think. So, like, there is value there. Just barely close. That's the crazy part. So, obviously I'm going for the pin. I should probably play more to the right-hand side of the green. Overswung it. But like, it matters so much for the putting. Yeah, I think I need faster pullbacks on my putts, because when I do the like very light pullback, the club like wants to reset its position. Alright, I got the 103, but we missed it open. Oh, it does take a kick. Alright, we're gonna have a chance to do a little chip here. chip it into like the top of the hill, bounce it up and let it roll just a little bit. Ah, checked up more. Okay, we're even. Yeah, the putting is tough. I think the putting is something we'll continue to get better at and adapt, but I think they need to. I do think that the putter needs some help. Doesn't feel quite right. I think the swing animation is just too long. So you just like, I feel like with it's the chipping and the putting. Both the animations feel too long. So I think this is where you take like a 9-iron and you just try and play like a softer 9. Look at that. Like, I could never do that in 23. I could never do that in 23. Because I would, the tempo would be so botched from the partial. But in this game we can. No. It's the push and the too firm. We could have gone under par. All right. We got a PB. We got a PB. With a double bogey. We had 4 birdies out there. We have made it to even par on Legend. We have ascended. So yeah, you can definitely have some big misses, but we're certainly getting better at it. I guess the question now is like, what is there left for us to test, right? Is it just grind it again to try and actually break par? Is that the ultimate goal at this point? Is that the ultimate goal at this point? Is just, can we break par? Or are there other things that we want to be taking a look at? Because right now, the only other things that we haven't touched are the training modes. Training modes, and then playing enough to use the Evo tools. I don't know, is there anything in the Evo training that's interesting? Like, I'm sure there's gotta be something, right? Because they say about like, maybe I don't know if the training stuff is gonna have like the mini games like you're gonna be able to do with practice. Okay, so they break down everything here. Your backswing is your swing path, your push and pull. Your downswing is your contact, hook and slice. Input timing. Backswing is your distance control. Downswing is your rhythm, which they've said it's a 1 to 3. So 3 times faster on your downswing than your backswing. The all-new swing bias system introduces a golfer's affinity to swing with a natural fade or draw, and that translates to how the swing input targets are positioned. Oh, right. With Tiger, we actually have to play the fade. I'm so bad at the fade. That was better. I have to like really think about it just to do a baby fade. To really think about it to do a baby fade. How are you guys finding it? Are people more likely to fade it or draw it? That was way open. That was way open. Obviously, this is training, so it's not gonna like kill me. On Legend, that would have absolutely destroyed the shot. Okay, lie effect. Even the slightest side hill lies can affect how you swing. This is reflected in adjustments to the swing targets. Aiming into a side hill lie up the hill to reduce the swing and launch offset is advised. So what I want to know... So that doesn't seem to actually... Maybe it's because of the difficulty. It's one thing we should test. Put ourselves in a bunker and rotate around and see how it modifies. Because I should have to... aim. I should have to aim to the right. I pushed that and was open. I should have to aim that to the right. Because it goes so far left. Like, that's one thing that I'm still trying to feel out. Shape a draw. And land into the target zone. I can't aim. Okay, we're doing it purely on draw. Well, overdraw it. So Tiger can just stop it on a dime. Tiger can just stop it on a dime. See, this is one thing that by having not gone through the training before, you don't really see. Club up into the wind. Okay, so 13. I think the winds are still about the same. Just one club? Are we sure about that? 206. It's gonna play like 207. 194. Should land maybe like 180 something. Yeah, 186. All right. Easy game. Win math still works. Win math still works. But I tell you what though, playing a fade here with the wind, aim into the wind to get the ball to come to a rest within the target zone. Yeah, well, 13 miles an hour, I feel like you got to be out here with the fade and the ball below the feet. Oh yeah, we know what we're doing. I did push it, but I think the forgiveness window is large enough it doesn't... Yeah, we know where we're aiming. Glad to see that all of the physics stuff still works. Which, honestly, to be expected. Man, I suck at fades, though. I suck at fades. No. Does that count? Or is that too far? Oh. Alright, here we go. Shape a fade. Yeah. We're going around the tree. Come on, Colby. You gotta finish more to the left. You gotta finish more to the left than that. Alright, I mean, it's good to see these... It's good to see these tips, because... Accommodate for rollout. Yeah, we'll hit the little bumpy bump from like here. Watch it roll across. Straight up, straight down. Oh, easy chips. Oh, easy chips. A bump and run shot minimizes the carry. Is that why we haven't been able to chip with our irons and only have been able to chip with our wedges because we haven't had the bump and run unlocked? Hold on, I gotta look at the 2K25 shot type information. Okay, So the one thing that's been missing, chip, it says a standard shot performed with a mid-iron, short iron, or wedge from any surface, right? But then it has bump and run, which is, I think, another one of the skills that you can get. That one performed with mid-irons, short irons, or wedges from around the green. Those are two different things. Right now we only have chip, but I have not been able to get to chip. And maybe that's just because it's... Maybe that's just because it's the demo that they haven't done it. Hop, a skip, and a roll. Oh, look at that. Look at that finesse with the 7-iron. Playing onto an elevated green will reduce your carry distance. Yes. Yes, it will. You darn tootin'. You darn tootin'. This Tiger fella, he's pretty good, huh? See, it says about giving an adequate amount for the flop shot. The flop shot is an interesting thing to me, because the flop is supposed to be one that really spins. I cannot, for the life of me, actually push that swing stick out to the right. I think I have to, like, rotate my controller if I'm trying to play fade stuff. Wow. So much break. So much break. There it is. You know what I think it is? I think the downhill putts, the break actually does play a ton more. And on the uphill putts, it actually does play a ton less, which is good. I feel like it hasn't always truly adjusted enough. I mean, sometimes it does. Texas wedge. All right, so does the Texas wedge just make it a little bit, because we've already, you're able to putt off the green, but are you just able to putt further with the Texas wedge? Roll distance is reduced off the green. Adjust your putt weight to account for this, as well as elevation changes. Yeah, so we're off the fairway. I'm gonna go for the fringe, for the fairway, for the fairway. Could be wrong. 101 feet is 54 power, so I think Texas wedge just really lets you... I overswung it. I overswung it, but Texas wedge really lets you putt from far away. You can do the Phil Mickelson putt from the fairway, like so far out, right? All right, how many quests was that? That was a lot of them, right? So we just need to do 3 chips in practice. I'm not using that yet. We just need a score of 32 or better, which is 4 under. I don't know if we're gonna get that on Legend, but I guess that's what we can grind for. I think eventually, I feel like this like lasts beyond the first look. Like, these skills have to roll over. But let's quick do the approach practice and get just do the 3 chips, so that way that's out of the way. Heavy rough. I'm gonna go with the 50 degree here. I'm gonna go with the 50 degree. Little bit of a push. Oh, but look at that touch. Look at that touch. Just imagining like it is some real golfing. Heck, what if we go pitching wedge? What if? Just pushed it again. Oh yeah, pitching wedge has the legs. Pitching wedge, give her the chip, maximize the distance, balls below the feet, give it a little bit extra rollout. Oh, see, I'm pushing it even more. But how penalizing is the... I see that with the chip. How penalizing is the pull? If you're trying to go here, we just go straight up. Oh, well, we get the perfect. All right, I guess that's more straight back with a little bit to the right than I was thinking it is. So let's go straight back. Right finish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's pretty much like my 2K25 or my 2K23 swing. That's pretty much like my 2K23 swing. I overhit that. Forgot that I was partialing it. Alright, we finished the quest though, right? Took way more than 3 chips. Okay. So yeah, level up token and reach Emerald, which that requires the level up token and one of the Evo tools. I'm gonna hold off on that, I think, although it's... Yeah, because I don't think I want to upgrade these clubs. But I do want to try and get the sub 32. Try and get to 4 under. So we got to even. We have an even round under our belts on Legend with the Powerhouse. So when we come back, we're gonna try and go after the 4 under. So I appreciate everybody being here. We'll be back in like 3 minutes. If you have not already, follow the Twitch if you're enjoying, sub to the YouTube. Help me out immensely. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. You guys are blowing my mind with the YouTube support these past couple of days. We're past 900 subs. We're at 905 officially, on our way to 1,000. So thank you very much. And Discord, best place to keep up with when the stream goes live and any stream announcements so you don't miss a thing. All right, that's my spiel. We'll be back with more Legend in just 3 minutes. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. All right, we back. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're getting better. We're getting better. I don't know how people are like so precise with their inputs. That's one thing that blows my mind. Like, all the power to you. You know, I think once we get a little bit of stuff going with our characters, that's how we'll feel too. Is that gonna feed right, or is that gonna stay up? All right, we're in the fairway. Play it smart. And now we don't get too crazy with it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You just can't get it to spin backwards. So I don't know what you gotta do for that. This, I'm looking for a fall line. Looking for a fall line. Something here. That felt pretty good. Oh. Oh, what a putt. So close. So close. I don't think I've birdied that hole yet. I do not think that we've had the birdie on 10. It is crazy to me. Maybe not crazy, but like a little bit crazy. I can miss that by just the littlest bit. And we pushed it. Get out in the rough. Basically what doesn't feel like a lot. Like, clearly it is, but what doesn't feel like a lot ends up being just so brutal. Like that. It's a little push, it's a little close, and it's just so far off the mark. 6 inches down. Again, I think we were kind of all right on that fall line the last time. I mean, hard to know. Hard to know because we miss our backswing so much. But it's right there. It's right there. Take the spin off. No. I didn't think it was that bad. Perfect and closed, but man, you missed the littlest bit. You missed the littlest bit. You can kiss it. You can kiss it goodbye. All right, we gotta go right and up, which means I need to tilt my controller. I just can't get it back straight when I'm on that much of an angle, so that's something to learn. What's going on, John? We're using the Powerhouse right now. We had even par on our last round. I've tried this and I've tried Technician. Technician definitely has more forgiveness. Archetype, though, with the extra power is nice to have, but if you miss, boy, do you miss. You miss it so bad. Ah, the push. Everything else is perfect, but you just a block. Just a block out here. I don't know, can you get enough legs on a flop shot? You can. You can, you can, you can. Hold it. Such a tight window. The contact 0.4. I think that's the closest margin of error I've seen. I think that's the closest we've seen. I think it was like 0.65 before. Oh, I underhit it. Back down the hill we go. Well. Dirty dog. Yeah, putting rhythm is my nemesis. You've got a Technician thing at Crane Powerhouse Nest. I want to try Sculptor. I feel like I've heard decent things about that. Just you have to be so close. But I guess that's real golf. You end up off the fairway more and then you have to recover. But I don't think the rough plays as wickedly in this game. It doesn't feel like. Oh, look at that swing. We've hit a couple of those. Doesn't happen often, but boy, is it beautiful. And they've all been with like those partial shots and stuff. Oh, I love it. It is so satisfying when you can drill that. But like that 2-degree push. And so we get it. Yeah, we get it right. See, that 10% is in the water. You're playing a very risky numbers game here. I'm gonna try it just for science. Yeah, look at that. You have to be so precise if you want to go for anything like that's outside of the norm. Like, look at that. I could never hit those shots in 2K23. Partial, perfect shots with the swing play manipulation. Like, no way. That's basically how my putting is in 2K23, so that's no surprise. No, they're not. The rhythm mechanic I feel like at least it's pretty easy. I feel like the rhythm mechanic is pretty easy. Overdone it again. I mean, at least it's a push draw, so it'll be better than most of the ones that I've had here. Okay, how do we go? Straight back, straight forward. Still a push. Still breaks more than my tiny brain can comprehend. Yeah, that putter of ours is not great. Only 102? Shame. I don't know where we got that 108 the one time. This requires a very particular timing, I suppose. Alright, little bounce, little kick. Little hop, skippy doo onto the green. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. See, the thing is, we're starting to get to a point where we're finding birdies. It's just eliminating the big holes. You know? Like, at least at this point in time, with the characters that we had, the biggest thing is not putting yourself in the water. It just seems like a cheat that you can always put yourself to the same small diagonal swing. Wait. Okay, so it's a pitching wedge, so it does take that hop. That's firm, so we're gonna miss it. Right, overswing and we pulled it, so that would give you that result. I need to figure out something for putting. Because, like, hitting the truly straight swing, I do not have that. I can hit angled swings, apparently. What course challenge did we get? Huh? Are those like the get a birdie on this or drive it this far? It must be those sorts of things. Must be. Quest lesson completed. Oh, did we not get our rewards from that earlier? We didn't. Okay, that must be a bug. The quest didn't pay out until we played another round after having completed the training stuff. What's going on, Elder Statesman? How have you been? You're hoping the diagonal swing is not required in tournament play? You can hit straight up and down pretty well. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be. Because the rhythm, formerly known as tempo, because the tempo kind of got split out into rhythm and contact. Since that is way easier, I think the angled swing is going to almost 100% be required. Yes, I mean, we're at level 10 with this. Do we try a new? Do we try to sculpt? What's the thing with the sculptor? I'm just not gonna put any. any points into it. Archetype, what's Sculptor's thing? Shaping, correction. They have access to knockdown. Recovery, contact, transition. Yeah, let's try that. Pro golfer. We're gonna call him, let's see, because he's a sculptor, we'll call him Art. No, Art Painter is too straightforward. We'll just go with the classic. Is that how you spell Vandalay? I think so. I think that's the proper way. Alright, our sculptor is Art Vandalay. We'll just roll with it for now. That's not the appear. Oh, I guess I didn't actually click. Alright, so we've got 3 of the 5. Must choose an archetype. Apparently hovering over it did not count, which I guess makes sense. Alright, so we have a technician, we have a powerhouse, we have a sculptor. We're gonna go with sculptor. If we want to try something else, we'll delete the character. I just want to see how this one feels. Because powerhouse distance is quite nice, but it's the forgiveness factor that really has been eaten into things so far. Alright, 280 yards. That feels like a good amount. Oh, you know what? So he actually, because he's a sculptor, this has the ability to, when we shape like this to be normal, it actually is playing. He actually is like playing the fade. That ain't it, dog. That ain't it. So now we're short-sighted. Okay, what does this flop shot look like? It's so precise, by the way. Oh, see, but you can actually shape this now that I can... So that's interesting. You can actually shape it to play a cut. Or you can play a draw with a flop that normally requires. But I can't get the chip off of that like slight angle, it seems. Barely pushed it. Enjoy the new swing, Jason. Tempo was all over the place for you in 23. But the swing path feels right. Actually feeling your swing when you hit a good or bad shot. Yeah, it's very different. I personally still very much so enjoy the tempo of 2K23. But this is a very different way to do it, and I think it can still be a good thing. I need to get way better at my putting rhythm. My putting rhythm is atrocious, but I think it's because of how the putting works right now. I don't know. I'm not sure that It allows you to shape more, but I just shape more, and I think you need less on your bias to do things. But I'm gonna play a little bit more fade here. The misses are still very, I want to call them extreme, because that's just how they feel. But the misses are definitely quite tough. I actually think it's going to break more. I've been missing these low. Alright, come on. Straight back, straight up. Yep, there's the overswing. Like, I cook putts like I'm a chef. It's not good. Because the rhythm that I'm like used to, yeah, I can't. I think it a lot has to do with the fact that I get so reliant on the vibration for putting that, like, in 2K23 I do the same thing, and I think I've become dependent. It's so good. Oh, baby. I don't know what that reaction was, but I think for me the most satisfying shot is a perfect when you hit a partial. Say what you want about any of the other stuff. Hitting a full shot, hitting the partial perfect, that's where it feels the best. And uncontrollable, unspeakable things came out. Hey, Mr. Gunny, yeah, this is Legend Settings. Welcome back. How are you? Clinton, thank you for the YouTube sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. How are you doing? Don't go as wide as I did in 23. You finally figured that out today? Well, here's the joke for you. I am oftentimes low in 2K23, so I might still need to actually be... Oh, I can actually fade this one. Okay. Okay, chat, watch this. A 93 instead of 94. Maybe we will be a shot shaper. Maybe we'll be a sculptor and we'll shot shape. I can turn my draw into a fade. Yeah, you're talking to one of the worst putters in all of... Look at that. Eagle? First eagle? I'm one of the worst putters in all of 2K23 for as good as I am at the rest of the game. I miss a lot of things low. How do you get the ball thing on the right and are able to zoom in on the marker in Legend Settings? You go in and you modify it. So I took default Legend and I turned vibration on to transition only. I turned lie range to classic. And I turned scout cam and lie grid on. Playing competitive on this game. So this game, it's just a demo, so we don't have competitive settings yet. When it comes to like the online ranked and everything, those will be on the default settings for pro, up to master. So like the lie grid won't be on. It's more for me to just visualize it so I know how things are playing in this game. Trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean, TGC competitive settings have not been dictated yet and won't be until a little bit into the game, so... would not be too worried about that yet. How's it going, Colonel? How we feeling? The week's almost over? It's almost Friday? That lovely last day of work where you're just like, alright, get me out of here? Oh, are we putting? Oh, we're putting. Yeah, I think so too, and I wouldn't be surprised if the lie grid stays on. I could see it going either way. Like, maybe the lie grid goes off because, you know, the swing is deemed too easy even on Legend, but I will say the misses are tough. We're gonna have to lay up. I'm gonna play it safe with the 175 here. Okay. That's another YouTube sub. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? YouTube just flying off the handle. Willie, get in there. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, I think the lie grid's gonna be... that one's gonna come down to how difficult is it kind of determined that things are. But that we're not really gonna know until, you know, we get our hands on it and we can control more settings. Right? You play full 18s, you play harder courses. This is pretty easy overall. Yeah, apparently Sculptor and I are just meant to be. I'm a Sculptor in 2K23 as well. Yeah, what up, Willie? V2 or Edge still has a performance boost, whether the game on PC or PS5. Yeah, there's a little bit with the PS5. I think they'll have to address that. I can never seem to get this to get perfect on 16. I can never seem to get perfect on 16. I'm always just a little bit off. Yeah, we are definitely getting better. Putting is my weakest link for sure. Try to fade yet? And that was the first thing I tried, Colonel, and I sucked at it. I sucked so bad at the fade. If I try and hit a fade, I can do it, but if I'm pushing, it feels like I'm pushing so far out because I'm a left stick swinger. So for me, it feels easier to pull in and go out. For the fade, every time I push out and try to come back center, I am like not, I'm always off on something. I'm always off on something. Don't give me the big left kick. Okay, tiny left kick, we'll take it. What's going on, Korg? I don't know Samoan. I don't know Samoan, but I do recognize the English part of that. New Zealand? How's the future? Is the future nice? Tomorrow gonna be a good day? I'm on the east coast of the US, so you're like... what's my normal math? It's like 14 and a half. For Australia, you're like 15 hours ahead, so it's like noon on like a lunch break on a Friday. Hey Willie, thank you for the follow on Twitch as well. It's good? Alright. That's what I like to hear. Wait, this is 100% putt? Is this even gonna make it? You can add power by hitting... Oh, that's actually kind of fun. If you have 100% putt and you need more power, you just swing harder. Which is something stupid that I always subconsciously do. But that's kind of nice. Gotta jump on yourself. All right, Willie, have fun. Enjoy your golfing. Yeah, maybe Sculptor's it. Maybe Sculptor's it for us. We're going on a tear. 1639. How much is my math off? Because that's 430. That's 440. You're 20 hours ahead. No, that's bad math. 18? Come on, Colby, you can do math. It's not that hard. Yeah, 18 hours. That's crazy. I didn't think it was that big of a jump. I always think of like Australia as like 17, or not 17, like 14 and a half, but maybe it's like 15 or so to the other side and then a bigger jump. Nope, the demo is unlimited. And it'll be out for the existence of the game too. So, got plenty of time to play it if you want. Come on now. Come on now. We did it. We did it. We broke par on Legend, and we got the 4 under. Sculptor is the best. There will be no further arguments. Currently at work, just downloaded the demo on PS5. If you've played 2K21, 23, any of the golf club games, very, very different. But as you start to get used to it, it's good fun. It's good fun. I don't know how it's gonna scale, because like if we're hitting perfect shots and stuff when it's this bare bones of characters, you know, that obviously leads to many concerns. But it's been fun to play, that's for sure. All right, is this where we take a screenshot? 4 under with a 3 over start. Only 1 par. Only 1 par. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna... I need to stir the pot. This needs to go in the Plat Discord, right? Is that what we're supposed to do? It's Cyanic. Thank you very much for the follow. Hey, thank you, Korg. Yeah, no, that was a wicked round. I don't know what happened. We started with the water ball, and then we took the bogey, and then just went on an absolute tear. Then just went on an absolute tear. Because what are the... It doesn't tell you... It doesn't tell you with the settings what the fairway and green firmness and stuff is. We're becoming better at the game on a higher difficulty. I would say first thing is reps. We've played a few rounds since the demo came out on Tuesday, and so we've been slowly getting better. Try different archetypes. Some might be more suited to you. The other thing I would say so far is use a little bit of shot shaping to reduce the offset down to whatever makes you the most comfortable. So for me, let me get to the tee box here. Actually, we could probably go to the range, but it's whatever. For me, I've been shot shaping my draw character almost into a baby fade. And I've found that the swing path that is the littlest left to right has been best for me. And so I feel like my feel, so I'll just walk you through what I do. It's not necessarily the best, but I do this until that starts moving, right? I just move it to here. I have found that this swing path is the one that works for me, right? That's been my go-to. I personally hold the controller at a bit of an angle, and that's just how I've always played. So my normal swing is more of like a right to left swing. So I feel like I'm just kind of pulling it back down in towards me, and then I can kind of swing up straight. And that gives me what's close. And now, obviously, you're going to have some misses, but that's been helping me out personally, is doing that little bit of shot shaping. Maybe fade works better for you. I suck at fade. So, like, if I'm out here, that was better than I normally have it. If it's if it's actually on a fade character, like if I'm trying to do the training stuff with Tiger Woods, once it starts to get really crooked, or even if it starts to get really crooked, like on the draw, like for me trying to pull this in, I probably won't have enough in either direction. I made sure to have, but like, that's a dangerous shot for me. I would rather shape it in. You know, and that maybe means just like playing around and avoiding certain shots, right? Like, okay, you know that you struggle to hit the fade, so you just always try and play that little draw shot no matter what. Aim for the... Oh, you're right, Hustler. You're right. They should have the same mechanics as 2K21 and 2K23. We should be able to knock them dead. Oh, we're not going to get it first try, though. This is going to take a while. Oh! Almost had him. Almost had him. Playing the demo, trying to get used to EvoSwing after using the pass swing mechanics. Yeah, I'm excited too. It's a lot different. And like, you know, we're getting better in the fact that we're able to break, like, I don't know, on the one hand it's like we're breaking par on Legend, but it's also easy, it's pretty easy conditions. You know, we have like 2,000 hours between 2K21 and 23. So like the adaptation period shouldn't be that much for us. I think I'm gonna have to hit it further. Let's go for the full swing. Yeah, we'll do that. The wind is kind of turning on us, which doesn't help. I might have to choose a closer deer or an easier difficulty. Because we're going legend dispersion. What other deer are there? There's, if I remember correctly, there's a deer here, or a moose. We got a moose on the rock. I know there are meese that are like over yonder. Yeah, you've got a couple back there. Driver's not going to reach them. You've actually got, if I recall correctly, there's one over, yeah. There's a moose on the loose over here. This is where we go through the streamer. Why do you know where all of the mooses are? You don't need to know that, okay? I definitely didn't do a stupid how many moose can you kill in 10 minutes video on 2K23, right? There's a reason why I'm not a creative and I shouldn't be tasked with creative thinking. That is largely the why. Because I turned 2K23 into Call of the Wild. Is that a reasonable thing to do? Probably not. But we did it, and we can't say that we didn't. Come on, hit a moose. I guess these ones are deer. The moose are over elsewhere. We just don't have the legs, so I have to get the overpower. That's 102. Does it have the carry? I guess we can go for the moose out on the waterfall river. I'm not going to the one to the left. We don't have that. We can go for this guy though. 5 wood. And give it like a partial 5 wood. Oh, that's almost it. Gotta get that perfect path, yo. The hard part is like, let's try it with a full swing. And maybe if we hit the perfect full swing, we'll have a better idea. No. Oh, you needed 100%. 100% perfect. Oh, that's money. That's the moose. Later, moose. No! You need 99%? You son of a moose. Alright. Is this the moose shot? I tried to de-loft it because I thought maybe lower ball flight, but the extra distance actually did ruin it. I had too many good shots in a row. We were on a roll. We had like 3 perfects. It's a little extra power. Dang it. Come on, Moose. The moose will be a victim. I will make sure of it. Is that... Is that wrong of me? The close is going to keep us out left. See, I think we can live with the 101. Oh man, you need it to be perfect. The open and close takes you off. Frustrating to see how accurate people are with the swing, Maxi. Honestly, I've found a swing that works. And then I'm repeating it. That's really all it is. I've found what works for me. And now I'm just repeating it. Yeah, what up, Snowda? Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody from Snowda's. We're going moose hunting. We're going moose hunting. This moose, he has it coming. We just are missing by the smallest amount. Carpy, why are you awake? Isn't it like 4 a.m.? Not even? Also, we just a little bit ago before we went moose hunting, we switched to sculptor, base sculptor, 4 under. I posted it in the Plat Discord because I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I keep going right over the dang moose. Gosh darn it, man. I'm gonna put a little bit more loft on. Ah, the open. Trying to snipe this man. Hey, thank you for getting that shout out, not. Although you should have shouted out the person that raided, not Carpy. But I guess we can give Carpy a shout out. I mean, at least Carpy streams. So at least we're like shouting out somebody that streams. But yeah, that was the doing of Snowda. Did I hit him? Had I already hit the moose? The moose is dead. Guys, I missed when we actually killed the moose. Did he die on that hit? Or did he die on a different one? But yeah, Carpy, I don't know if it was, I don't know if it's because with the sculptor I'm able to fade it. Like, I have a draw set up. I always move it down to here because this is where my best swing. 4 or 5 shots ago, Special K, I guess I clipped the top of it and just didn't even realize it. Oh man. I missed the kill. I mean, I guess we shot it, you know, shot it again to make sure it's dead. But being able to like fade it back across was pretty nice. Like you have like a default, this is like baby draw, and then I can play a little bit more to get a little bit of fade. So you're not playing like a big draw or big fade, but the fact that you can cut it kind of both ways gives you a little bit of options for slopes. And what up, Snowda? Thank you for the raid, man. How are you doing? We went moose hunting. We can go for another moose. I thought there was a cooldown on the shout out command. Is it just a cooldown per person? Is it just a cooldown per person? Like you can't shout the same person out twice? It's 2 minutes on it? I really thought it was a bigger amount, but I guess not. All right, we got a moose. How about a deer? Do we want a deer? Oh dear. Ah, the open. Yeah, this is, I've found the swing that works for me. Yeah, I know some people don't do any shot shaping to start and have like a more angled shot. I think for me it's gonna be just finding something I get comfortable with, and then yeah, you go from there and you just add in forgivenesses and distances and become OPOP. See, it says that it's going to carry further. I understand that that's a push close. I feel like the close should carry more, right? I tried no vibration on Legend once. When we turned on Legend the first time, I just did default Legend settings. I pushed it. We just did the default. It's not that bad. The hardest part is the putt pacing, but I had a much better time with the putt rhythm. That was the thing for me. The putt rhythm is a lot smoother. I get really